माधवा कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
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 यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
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 राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यमुनातीरवनचारी।
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 राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्रीला प्रभुपाद। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 1st Canto, 12th Chapter, text number 17. Tasman namna Vishnurata. Tasman namna Vishnurata. Iti loke bhavishyati. Iti loke bhavishyati. Na sandeho महाभाग न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो महान महाभागवतो महान. तस्मान्नाम्ना विष्णुरात इति लोके भविष्यति. न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो महान. तस्मान्नाम्ना विष्णुरात इति लोके भविष्यति. न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो महान. नामना विष्णुराता ते भविष्यति. न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो महान. तस्मान्नाम्ना विष्णुराता इति लोके भविष्यति. न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो महान. तस्मान्नाम्ना विष्णुरात इति लोके भविष्यति. न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो. Tasmat, therefore, namna, by the name, Vishnurataha, protected by Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. Iti, thus, loke, in all the planets, bhavishyati, shall become well known. Na, no, sandehaha, doubts, mahabhaga, most fortunate, mahabhagavataha, the first class devotee of the Lord, mahan, qualified by all good qualities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. For this reason, this child will be well known in the world as one who is protected by the personality of Godhead. O most fortunate one, there is no doubt that this child will become a first-class devotee and will be qualified with all good qualities. Please repeat. For this reason, this child will be well known in the world as one who is protected by the personality of Godhead. O most fortunate one, there is no doubt that this child will become a first-class devotee and will be qualified with all good qualities. Purport. The Lord gives protection to all living beings because He is their supreme leader. The Vedic hymns confirm that the Lord is the supreme person amongst all personalities. The difference between the two living beings is that the personality of Godhead, provides for all other living beings, and by knowing Him, one can achieve eternal peace. Kathopanishad. Such protection is given by His different potencies to different grades of living beings. But as far as His unalloyed devotees are concerned, He gives the protection personally. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit is protected from the very beginning of his appearance in the womb of his mother. And because he is specially given protection by the Lord, the indication must be concluded that the child would be a first grade devotee of the Lord with all good qualities. There are three grades of devotees, namely the Mahabhagavat, Madhyamadhikari, and the Kanishtadhikari. Those who go to the temples of the Lord and offer worshipful respect to the deity without sufficient knowledge in the theological science, and therefore without any respect for the devotees of the Lord, are called materialistic devotees, or Kanishtadhikari, or the third grade devotees. Secondly, the devotees who have developed genuine service mentality for the Lord and thus make friendships with similar devotees only, show favor to the neophytes and avoid the atheists, are called the second grade devotees. But those who see everything in the Lord or everything of the Lord, and also see in everything an eternal relation of the Lord, so that there is nothing within their purview of sight except the Lord, are called the Mahabhagavatas, or the first grade devotees of the Lord. Such first grade devotees of the Lord are perfect in all respects. A devotee who may be in any of these categories is automatically qualified by all good qualities, and thus a Mahabhagavata devotee like Maharaj Parikshit is certainly perfect in all respects. And because Maharaj Parikshit took his birth in the family of Maharaj Yudhishthir, he is addressed herein as the Mahabhagavata, or the greatest of the fortunates. The family in which a Mahabhagavata takes his birth is fortunate because, due to the birth of a first grade devotee, the members of the family, past, present, and future, up to 100 generations, become liberated by the grace of the Lord out of respect for his beloved devotee. Therefore, the highest benefit is done to one's family simply by becoming an unalloyed devotee of the Lord. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are seeing the observance of the birth ceremony of Maharaj Parikshit, and the great sages, they are foretelling, because he was anxious whether my child will be able to carry forward the legacy which the Pandavas are having, a legacy of pure devotees, very exalted, kind and well-trained kings. What would be his future? And thus the sages tell here, Tasman Namna Vishnu Rata. Your child will be known as the one who is protected by the Supreme Lord, Vishnu Rata. Ultimately, God is protecting every living entity. If we get afflicted by any disease, any wound, we have defense mechanism in the body. The body heals itself. Just see the wonderful technology of the Lord. So we have got the sense how to defend ourselves. And in this way, this defense mechanism is also given by the Lord. But this is done through the energies of the Supreme Lord. Ultimately, everyone in the city is being protected by the Commissioner of Police. But if anything happens to the family member of the police commissioner, he will protect them personally, not impersonally, through energies or through force. That is the difference between the protection which is offered to a devotee and protection which is given to the conditioned souls. So Parikshit Maharaj, he was protected personally by the Lord. Lord personally entered the womb of Uttara and saved Maharaj Parikshit. And thus they could understand that he is going to be a Mahabhagavat. Unless somebody is a Mahabhagavat, very elevated devotee, Krishna does not protect personally, but protects through his energies. Thus he is known as Vishnu Rata, and he is going to be Mahabhagavat because Lord personally came for his protection. Everyone is anxious to protect one's prestige in the society, name in the society, property in the society, people. But unfortunately, because of lack of faith, they don't try to become a pure devotee, unalloyed devotee, and thus seek protection from the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada explains it is Vedic culture that if any person, he might be your enemy, aggressor, anybody who takes shelter must be given all protection. That is why we see many times the kings were attacked. But because the other person, the enemy, he took shelter of the king, he was not killed. He was given protection. So when an ordinary Kshatriya gives protection to anybody and everybody who takes shelter, how much greater protection Krishna will offer if we surrender unto him. So that is why simply if we surrender unto Krishna, Krishna the Supreme Lord gives protection. However, because of lack of faith, people resort to various means of protection. When there is any difficulty, the first thing that devotees, neophytes, very new devotees is, they give up service of Krishna. Let me protect myself. So this is the misfortune. It is because of lack of faith. And why there is lack of faith? Because of not having association of devotees and having sinful life. The faith increases by engaging in service of Krishna in the association of devotees. And if you don't maintain association of devotees and don't follow rules and regulations, then whatever faith we have, that also goes away. Because he is specially given protection by the Lord, the indication must be concluded that the child would be a first grade devotee of the Lord with all good qualities. There are 3 grades of devotees, namely the Mahabhagavat, Madhyamadhikari and Kanishtadhikari. So this is very important. So here we saw in the last lines of the purport that the family in which Mahabhagavat, the devotee, takes birth, 100 generations become liberated. Previously we saw in the case of Prahlāda Mahārāja, it is being told 7 generations become liberated. So 7 become liberated, 100 become liberated. What is this understanding? Again, it is basis the classification of the devotees. If the devotee is not very advanced, his immediate family will become liberated. Devotee is more advanced, intermediate platform, 7 generations will be delivered. And if devotee is very much advanced, Mahabhagavata, then 100 or even thousands of generations can be liberated. So it depends upon the rigid execution of devotional service, one's spiritual advancement. That defines how many generations are going to become liberated. Thus here the discussion is about Mahabhagavat. So what is this Mahabhagavat? Who is a new devotee? Who is intermediate? This is very important to be understood. Thus it is very nicely explained in the Nectar of Instruction. So many times it is told that in spiritual life people tell you to close your mind, to follow the things blindly and don't question. And in this way, this is the path of people who are having blind faith and who lack reasoning and proper intelligence. However, that is not fact. Rather, spirituality, if you follow genuinely spirituality or the path of religion, then it is told that the only purpose of following religion or spiritual life is inquiry. That is why it is told Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now is the time to inquire. In fact, in materialism, there is no inquiry. Today, you see the best of the brains, they are also not doing inquiries. They are inquiries everyone does, but not higher inquiries, not about truth. Inquiries about what the inquiries animal is doing. Animals are also talking, always they are very busy. What are they discussing? Always talking, always busy, producing sounds. See, some sound is coming. So what they are talking? Ahar Nidra Bhay Maithun. This is inquiry. Eating, mating, sleeping and defending. And if you open any news channel, any YouTube channel, any media, print media, the discussion is about eating. You go outside, you see the shops, every second shop would be a food shop. Eating. You can go to the biggest of the conferences. Without eating, everything is failure. You can go to the best of the functions. Without eating, everything is failure. Eating is the foundation. So the discussion is about eating. Then mating. Once the belly is full, then we want to enjoy. Then the whole discussion is about mating. That is why we saw the best of the brains in the best country, which is supposed to be the country of technology. The best of the founders, the best of the coders, the best of the technocrats, businessmen, politicians, administrators, everyone was involved in Epstein files. Everyone was going to this forbidden island, and they were indulging in all kinds of sinful activities. The presidents were going, the richest people of the world were going, and it is told Stephen Hawking, his name is also there, he also visited. So, this is the discussion of, after discussing gravity, anti-gravity, they fall down to gravity. So we can just imagine. So ultimately everything boils down to mating. They discuss eating and then mating, sleeping and then defense. Make this bomb, that bomb, this purchase, that purchase. This is the discussion which is happening. Animals are also doing the same thing. Although they have got their limitation. They defend using their claws. We defend using advanced technology. But the business is same. You can use a broom to sweep the floor. You can use advanced machines to sweep the floor. Ultimately, the job remains the same. Housekeeper remains housekeeper. He can use anything to clean the floor. Manager remains manager. He can manage using hard copy. He can manage using Google Sheets or advanced apps and CRMs. He remains a manager. The job remains the same. Similarly, if we do eating, mating, sleeping, defending, then we remain animal. That is why it is told dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubhi samana. Dharma is the only difference. One should understand scientifically what are the proper codes of conduct by which I can understand the truth of life. And if this inquiry is not there, and that is what is happening in the world, so the modern materialism, it does not evoke a spirit of inquiry. All the inquiry is only about eating, mating, sleeping, defending. They may be asking integration x dx, 0 to infinity, whatever. But ultimately all such inquiries are again about eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Ultimate inquiries, ahar, nidra, bhay, maithun. And thus we can see that the modern education does not promote inquiry at all. There is no inquiry about truth. No sense, simply animal life. Thus, it is on the path of bona fide religion that a person starts inquiring what is truth. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now is the time to inquire about truth, absolute truth. And that is why in spiritual life, it is never a question of blind faith or blind following. But always it is being told that you please inquire. And that is why sometimes we hear lectures about
not finding fault and not judging. But that is not right. There is a difference between fault finding and judgment. What is the difference? Fault finding means you go to a very nice place, very beautiful house, and then immediately you enter the lavatory and see here is stool. So you could only see lavatory in the entire big house. It is all clean, very nicely maintained, but you are willing to find stool. This is called housefly. Housefly is automatically attracted to stool and dirt. And similarly, a bumblebee is attracted towards beautiful flowers. So fault finding means always trying to find negative things, going and searching for negative things. That is called fault finding. However, being judgmental is very different from fault finding. Being judgmental means something which is in front of you, you should have discrimination to tell that is right or that is wrong. So a devotee was sharing once, when we start our spiritual life, so we are very much faithful. And we think whatever the devotees are telling, that is perfect. But gradually we realize that is not perfect. They also commit mistakes. And then there is confusion. So this other devotee he was telling, I asked from some other devotees that initially I was having full faith. I'm hearing Srila Prabhupada's lectures, I'm hearing lectures of other devotees, that everything, whatever they are telling, that is right, because we hardly have any knowledge. Just like a child thinks, my daddy is wisest, my daddy is strongest. Whatever daddy tells, that is true. Then he grows up to understand his knowledge is not perfect. Similarly, we understand later that what devotees are telling, there could be some mistakes. But then we are supposed to have a faithful hearing. How can I hear faithfully if I know something which is being told may not be right? Should I simply hear lectures of only Srila Prabhupada? Because Prabhupada is perfect, I understand. But why Prabhupada then encouraged his devotees to speak, knowing that devotees may not be correct, may not be perfect in spiritual life? So some devotees told, no, don't see faults. You should hear with as much faith as you hear Prabhupada's lecture. But this devotee told, how can I do that? How can I put as much faith? But the understanding is, yes, for everything there are pros and cons. If you want perfect knowledge is there in the books. But then there are cons of reading books, because the books present, a book is not isolation, that you read one paragraph and you have understood. You have to have comprehensive understanding of entire book. If somebody picks up Bhagavad Gita and leaves it out of initial chapters, he may think, I have to follow Karma Yoga. And then eventually he understands, now hear my most confidential instruction, and that is Saradharman Parityajya, think of me, man mana bhav mad bhakto. If somebody reads 6th chapter, because I also was following this meditation yoga before, so this other devotee was coming and telling me, you have to chant 16 rounds and chanting is important. So then there came an editorial in the newspaper. I told, see here it is told that Vyaharam ma manusmaran, you have to chant Om and you have to meditate upon me. See, chanting Om is recommended here. Why you are telling Hare Krishna? So it is fact. That is also in Bhagavad Gita. The path of meditation is also there in Bhagavad Gita. But if only a person can read the last verse of 6th chapter, he will understand. Arjuna rejected Bhagavad Gita, and then Krishna told, you are topmost devotee. That entire Ashtanga Yoga is explained so that people in Kali Yuga don't try it, because Arjuna is rejecting. So what you people will be able to follow? So that is why the advantage of book is you get as it is knowledge. But the disadvantage is we cannot have comprehensive understanding. We are not expected to memorize the entire book and thus come to conclusive knowledge. And how to apply that knowledge of the book? Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Always keep on chanting. How can I chant always? So that is why how to practically apply that instruction in our life, for that spiritual master is required. For that devotees are required, and thus the advantages, they can give knowledge as per our time, place and circumstances, and they will tell us how to apply because they are experienced. In any field of activity, one who is experienced in applying the knowledge, he can help us very easily. Similarly, the devotees with their experience of spiritual life can tell us how to practically apply the knowledge in our life. But again, there is disadvantage here. The disadvantage can be, few things can be wrongly spoken by the devotees. But that happens in every case. The best of the professors also gave imperfect knowledge. Even Einstein was imperfect in his research. All the scientists, they have had limitations and follies of their own. So even in material field of knowledge, there may be some mistakes. So that is why it is told by Narottam Das Thakur, Guru Sadhu Shastra Vakya Tene Te Koriya Ekya. In order to take advantage of the pros and avoid the cons, we have to take not just shelter of book and not just shelter of devotees, but Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. All three should be followed very nicely. And in this way, our advancement becomes perfect. We read the books. In books also, there are misprint at times. This is again a con of reading a book. But then the teacher will tell, here is a misprint, please correct it. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, it is told. So there is in the 10th chapter where Krishna is describing his opulences, it is told, so there is planet of the trees and Aryama is the presiding deity. So is it a planet of trees? No, it is Pitris. So when Prabhupada was dictating Pitris, the disciples heard, because they don't know what is Pitri, forefathers. So they heard trees. So planet of Pitris, they have written as planet of trees in the original edition of Bhagavad Gita. So they have completely changed the meaning. So from planet of forefathers, it has become planet of trees. But the devotees who know, they will tell it's a typo. It is actually Pitris. So in this way, in our books also, there might be misprints. So devotees will tell it is not right. Sometimes devotee may speak wrongly. Then you can correct, sir, here this formula is written. So can we just understand what you just spoke? Then he will tell, no, it is all right. This is the right formula. So in this way, Guru, Sadhu, and Guru is their ultimate guide in our spiritual life. So how to apply Guru's instructions in our life? Sadhus will tell because they are experienced in following the Guru's instructions in book. Book has perfect recorded knowledge for reference, for evidence. In this way, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So it is all right. Nobody is telling that you accept what the speaker is telling blindly. But we cannot do without speakers. We cannot become expert. Nobody can become a surgeon simply by reading books of MBBS or surgery. One has to get trained under an experienced person who has got trained under another experienced person. That is why the guidance is required. So in this way, one should not become disturbed. So there may be few things. That is why one has to corroborate from other devotees, from the words of spiritual master, and from the Shastras. So being judgmental is all right. I understand here is a mistake, here is not a mistake. But fault finding means, oh, see here also, he is also committing mistake. He is also committing mistake. She is also committing mistake. But judging is very, very important. That is a sign of intelligence. That is why Rup Goswami has written the book Updeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction, which is for the neophytes like us who want to make advancement in spiritual life. And thus, in the beginning verses, Rup Goswami explains the three kinds of devotees and how one should deal with them. Why? Because our entire spiritual advancement depends upon association of devotees. That's it. Everything in life depends upon association. You remain with drunkards, you will become a drunkard. You associate with studious people, you will also become studious. You associate with people who are playing, you will also become sportsmen. It all depends on association. Now, whom to associate with? What is association? Dadati pratigranati. Rup Goswami explains what is association. Simply seeing the devotee is not association. Coming and discussing politics with devotees is not association. Coming and telling what you did entire day to devotees is not association. So association is not physical association or verbal association. Association means dadati pratigranati, exchanging gifts with the devotees, except Chala is perfect. Narad Muni is a great sadhu. Asita Deval Vyas, all of them, which Arjuna tells that these are authorities, all of them are pure devotees. So all the great sadhus, what has been their life? Their life has been life of devotional service. So we take their example. We take their instructions. Their instructions are mentioned in the Vedas. What are they teaching? Which method are they recommending? And Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam specially mentions the names of the Mahabhagavatas, Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. So these are the great Mahabhagavatas or the most exalted devotee sadhus. So if I am accepting anybody as spiritual master, listen to them and read the instructions of previous sadhus. If I have to judge a professor, I should see whether other people are teaching the same thing or not, whether they are also explaining the same formula or not, and whether that thing is written in the book or not. Then this professor is perfect. So I should read the books, and I should go through the life, what all ways and means they have taken to make their spiritual life perfect. Dhruv Maharaj chanted, Lord Hanuman chanted, Lord Shiva chants, Mother Parvati chants, so I should also chant. They have followed the same process. So in this way, nothing should be accepted blindly. At least for 1 year, one should hear very nicely, very, very attentively, and then read the books very nicely and corroborate whether this person is speaking the same thing which is spoken by other previous pure devotees, and whether the same thing is mentioned in the book. If in the book it is clearly mentioned by Krishna, Man mana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji, worship me, offer respects unto me, surrender fully unto me. So if this person is also telling the same thing, surrender ekam only unto Krishna, then he is all right. If he is telling you can worship anybody, that is not corroborated by Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells you should not worship other devatas. People who have lost their intelligence, they worship other devatas. Then this person cannot be bona fide spiritual master. In Vedas it is told very clearly, Harer Naam Eva Kevalam. Chanting the holy name is only way for Kali Yuga, and he is recommending some other process, he cannot be bona fide. So in this way, one should carefully discriminate. One should judge spiritual master. For 1 year, one should listen like this and corroborate, and then accept somebody as spiritual master. And even the spiritual master's instruction should be followed in the association of devotees. So one should see which devotee is on the neophyte platform, who is in the intermediate platform, who is on the advanced platform, and then one should try to have these 6 reciprocations with the advanced devotees. So in this way, one should be very, very intelligent to judge. And at the same time, when I see this person is not situated in proper character, we do not hate them. This is also important. Just like doctors, they judge, this person is fit, this person is sick, but they don't hate a sick man. They treat the sick man with compassion. So when I judge that this person is having bad character, bad behavior, we don't hate the person. We understand he's sick, and we try to show compassion and try to elevate those people. So that is why judgmental does not mean that we start criticizing other persons. No, criticism is very, very bad. So there are different things. Fault finding is different, criticism is different, and being judgmental, these are different things. Fault finding should not be done, criticism should not be done, but judgment should be done. I understand the levels, and instead of showing hatred, displeasure, or contempt towards a person who is not following, we should try to show compassion. Instead of having envy, now I can judge very nicely, I am expert in judgment. I see this person is more advanced, and the result is envy. Why is more advanced? Let me pull him down. No. So when I see somebody more advanced, I should try to take association and serve that person, take inspiration from that person, rather than cultivating envy for the person who is more advanced. So in this way, judgment is required, but what are we doing with that judgment? We don't envy, we don't hate, we have compassion, and we take inspiration, we serve. In this mood, intelligently it has to be applied. We'll finish here unless there are any questions. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, so just like you told that in the scriptures it is directly stated that Hare Naam Eva Hi
Yes.
Kevalam. But Prabhu, now we understand, just like every morning we do Tulsi Maharani Aarti.
Little louder.
every morning, Prabhu, we do Tulsi Maharani Aarti. So in that we tell Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahma Hatyadi Kani Cha Tani Tani Pranashyanti Pradakshima Pade Pade. That when we circumambulate the Tulsi plant, all our sins get cleared. So Prabhu, I see that there are very many glorific verses as well in the scriptures. It might not seem exactly true to us, just like Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. So for an example, if someone has a particular disease, they have to go to the doctor to treat that disease. So how is
Yes.
Hare Nam Eva Kevalam?
Because that is a medicine, it is told in the Vedas.
Yes, bro, that is the medicine.
Yes.
But Hare Nam Eva Hi Kevalam.
Hmm.
Only Lord Hari's name can save you in this material world.
You are telling if you circumambulate Tulsi Maharani, then also it is told that you get freedom from the sinful reactions. So the purpose of chanting Hare Krishna is not to get freedom from sinful reactions. The purpose is to get love of Godhead. So that can be only attained by chanting Hare Krishna.
And Prabhu, then in Tulsi Maharani's case, just like we tell, when we circumambulate, we get freed from all the sins. But then
Yes.
we notice that during our daily activities, even if when we circumambulate, but still our behavior before that, after that, everything is same. Then how do we understand?
So where it is told that your behavior will change by circumambulating Tulsi Maharani, you will get freedom from sinful reactions.
So Prabhu, when we get freed from those sinful
A
reactions,
person was given capital punishment. Now his sentence is called off. Will he feel change in behavior? No. He has got freedom from sinful reaction. That's it.
Prabhu, we understand that we become free from all the sinful reactions.
Yes.
But Prabhu, still then we have the tendency of doing more sins.
That's what I'm asking. There is a complete difference between getting freed and why you are expecting a change in behavior immediately. If you call off somebody's death sentence, so will there be a change in behavior of the person? No. Sinful reaction is different, behavior is different.
But we understand that, like, if someone has a bad behavior, or if someone is like an atheist,
That is also because of sinful reaction.
Sinful
For
reactions.
that, Prabhupada gives example, fan. You turn off the fan, but still fan will go on. That is momentum. That will also stop in course of time.
So, bro, are we getting freed from sinful reactions or not?
We are getting freed from sinful reactions. So sinful reactions are of various stages. Capital punishment means that was in the seed form. In future, he was going to be killed. So he has become freed from that. Now the behavior that we have got, it is also because of karma of previous life. From that also one becomes free. But because of the momentum, the behavior continues for some time. Just like the fan continues to move, even though the current is turned off. So that also will stop.
So we are just going to get freed. Now
We are free. Is fan under control of the electricity as soon as we turn off? No, it is free.
So we are free.
We are free. No, there is another understanding. So this devotional service has to be executed without offenses. Without offense, you have to circumambulate Tulsi Maharani, then you will be free. Everything depends on consciousness. A dog also may circumambulate Tulsi Maharani. He will not get liberation. He will get agyas sukriti. One has to do in full knowledge with full faith and devotion. Then one will be free.
Okay, so in our case, we are not doing with full faith and
Yes, so
full
whatever
devotion.
faith
That's
we
why.
have, to that extent we get free.
Okay, and when we do with full faith, then we get
Immediately,
completely free.
yes.
Immediately. Thank you so much, bro. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, as we see today that for material education, there are many contradictions. Like when we go to school, they teach us that humans used to live in caves.
Yeah.
Just 50,000 years the civilization started.
Yeah.
But when we look at the scriptures, we know that the humans were living in very rich palaces.
Yeah.
And the civilization was very much more advanced than
Yeah.
today's.
Yeah.
But this contradiction is there. And if we want to pass the school exams, we have to write according to them.
Yeah.
So how to deal with that?
Yeah, so we write. If you want to pass exam, tell whatever they want to hear.
But that is again writing a lie, because we know from our scriptures and we believe in our scriptures.
No, that is not lie. For Krishna's service, lie also becomes truth. So if I want to engage the result of my work in the service of Krishna, then that is all right. Because in every field of activity, that is what It is explained in Bhagavad Gita that whatever activity you take, in every action there is sinful reaction involved, sinful activity involved. In Bhagavatam it is told, pious activity and sinful activity, they are two wheels on which the chariot of human body runs. So wheel cannot run on one chariot. Thus pious and sinful activity, they are the foundation of our existence. So one cannot live a life without committing any sin. So thus sin is involved in every business. That is why Krishna tells, Swadharma nidhanam shreya paradharam bhayavaha. Do not leave your duty being scared of the sins. When Kshatriyas, they kill animals when they go to the forest, that is a sinful activity. But can they avoid it? No. Then how will they get trained? Their hands will start shivering on the battlefield if they have got no prior training of killing. So they have to learn the art of killing. But then they are supposed to do yajnas by which they become free from the reactions of sinful activity. So in this way, yes, one should not engage in directly sinful activities, meat eating, intoxication, gambling, illicit sex, but other minor sinful activities are involved in every business. So when we offer the result of work to Krishna, we get freedom from that.
Thank you.
Sin is involved even in eating. So many micro, small bacteria, plants, they die. But when we offer food to Krishna, instead of getting implicated in sinful reaction, we make spiritual advancement.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So in the starting you said that we should not see fault finding, but we should be a bit judgmental.
Yes.
But the judgment come from fault finding only. Without any fault finding, we can't get any judgment because.
Okay. So let me re-explain. Judgmental means understanding what is correct and what is faulty. Fault finding means ignoring everything which is correct, which is positive, and just going and seeing the faults.
We should.
That is fault finding.
Yeah,
Just like housefly, it sits on the source, on the wound, on the stool, on the dirt and filth. This is called fault finding. How are these people, you ask? No. This person is very short-heighted. This person is very fat. This person is having one eye small. This person always trying to fix faults in everyone. This is called fault finding.
Okay.
Judgmental means telling these are the right things, these are the wrong things. We have compassion for the wrong things which a person has, and we take inspiration for the right things that the person is having, and I learn those things.
Thank you, sir.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So Prabhu, Prabhupada says at lot of places that we have to be pessimistic. You cannot
Fully
be
pessimistic, yes.
optimistic in this world, otherwise there won't be a desire
Yeah.
to go beyond.
Yes.
So then what is pessimism? And pessimism is like when you said you should not hate. If we don't acquire enough hate, why would we want to transcend this world if we don't have enough hate for this world? What's hating and pessimism difference? I'm hopeless that this world is beyond repair, and then I
Yes.
develop a desire that I want to go beyond.
Yes.
Hating does the same thing, right?
It is not hate. It is, again, it is a judgment. It is understanding that everything in material world is full of misery. But for Krishna's service, I can live here. It does not matter. But this material world is a place which is full of misery. This is called, so being pessimism is not artificial adoption of a negative attitude. This world is actually a place of misery. There is always misery everywhere. So one has to have a true judgment of this material world. That who is happy in this material world? The most successful is unhappy. Unsuccessful is also unhappy. So if everybody is unhappy here, one should be pessimistic about this world. One never gets satisfaction that one wants. So being pessimistic is the actual judgment about this world.
And Prabhu, this
But we don't hate it because it is also for a design. It is for the, just like jail. So I will not like to enter jail, but the jail is good for the reformation of the people.
And Prabhu, this compassion can also result in this mode of goodness, right? I can settle.
Compassion is a symptom of mode of goodness, yes.
This can also lead to settling down. Okay, it's fine, material world is fine, I can tolerate.
Just like doctor is very compassionate on the patients. He will not settle down, okay, let me also become patient. One knows this disease is very dangerous.
They will still have desire to go beyond. being compassionate, they'll still have desire to transcend.
Only when a person realizes the misery of this world, he will be compassionate. Otherwise, people outside are not compassionate. They are thinking this world is so good. When Prabhupada started seeing people going to their offices, he should have been happy. Oh, there is so much employment here. Everyone goes to office. But Prabhupada started crying how they are wasting human form of life. When Prabhupada heard they are playing golf and wasting time, he started crying. Ordinary person will see, oh, here is a successful man. He's playing golf. He's accomplished in his life. No. So this is called the real perception. So only when we understand how much suffering is there in the world, then only we can have compassion, not otherwise.
Compassion can be on that stage of paropkar, right?
Sorry?
If someone is this Janam Sarthakari stage, he cannot be in that paropkar stage, right?
Yeah, so again, it's not binary. The more we are able to attain self-realization, the more compassionate we become for others. When I'm fully compassionate, I am doing nothing but always thinking about the suffering of conditioned souls. Like Vasudev Datta, he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that please give all their sinful activities to me, let me suffer for all living entities. Here we don't want to suffer for our family members. If our family member has killed somebody, can we tell, you kill me, send me to jail? No. Very difficult. But this is the life of pure devotee. He is telling, let me suffer for the sinful activities of everyone. Mahaprabhu, you please liberate all the entities of the universe. So this a pure devotee can do.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. As you said that according to the level of a devotee, like 3 stages, the number of generations are liberated dependent on that. So Prahlāda Mahārāja and Parikshit Maharaj both are on the Uttam Adhikara or even beyond. But we see the difference between the numbers of the generations being limited. So there is scope beyond that, or even after.
That is for our example. Both of them are Mahābhagavatas.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like for our example, Yudhishthir Maharaj was externally shown as a pious man. That see, even if you are pious man, you don't follow Krishna, you will suffer. You have to see hell. So all these are for our instructions. But otherwise, Yudhishthir Maharaj is also a pure devotee. He is acting like a pious man. Similarly, in case of Prahlāda Mahārāja, it is told 7 generations. Here it is told 100 generations. But otherwise, all of them are Mahābhagavatas, capable of delivering thousands of generations.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, we should try to do the 6 reciprocations which Srila Rupa Goswami mentions with advanced devotees.
Correct.
But advanced devotees who are involved in preaching.
That is explained here. Following all the rules and regulations very strictly and always thinking how to preach, spread this knowledge.
So when they are already preaching some devotees, so they are also having limited time, right? So how can and so many people would want to reciprocate with them, so
to associate with them.
To associate with them. So how is it possible that all of them can reciprocate and associate with?
By doing service. If we do service, what is keeping them busy? Preaching. So if we help in their work, then we will associate with them automatically. What is keeping government busy? What is keeping Prime Minister busy? The affairs of the country. So if you also dedicate yourself in the service of the country, you become minister, you associate with Prime Minister. So help Prime Minister in his work, then you become minister, you associate with him. So if we help in preaching, then we associate with devotees, advanced devotees. So that is a way of seeking. Then we need not seek association. The devotee will call, what are you doing? Because you are helping him. It's a very important point. So many times devotees are telling we don't get association. Why? Because there is no service. And the devotee is doing service. So if we do service, we would not need to seek. The devotee will call.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. If there will be no birth after seeing Lord Jagannath on the chariot, then why should we chant and follow the devotional process?
Because we cannot have darshan of Lord Jagannath without offense, with full faith. We don't have faith that I will take no more birth after having darshan of Jagannath. We don't even have faith that Lord Jagannath is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How do we understand I don't have faith? If I have faith, I would have left everything and engaged in service of Jagannath. I don't have faith that Jagannath can take care of me. I still continue my job, my business, my everything, because I don't have faith that He is supreme. He will do everything. And thus in this faithlessness, keep on having darshans. It will purify, will take a long time. So only when we chant here, Sir Spiritual Master, I will understand here is Krishna personally. And then if you see Jagannath, then there is deliverance.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. True compassion follows from a heart softened by Lord's mercy. Is there a method to soften the heart prescribed by the spiritual
Chanting
process?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, you said that association means exchange of gifts with devotees. So does it mean that next time when we meet with devotee, we should bring gifts for them? If yes, then what kind of gift?
Yes, every time. This is important. Prabhupada explains, when you are coming to a temple, bring a flower, a fruit for Krishna. This is the beginning of devotional service. So that is why there is always a culture that when people come to temple, outside the temple you see people are selling flowers, garlands, fruits, items for decoration, so that they can be offered. When you visit any person, you go with something. When you meet relatives, you go with some gifts with you. Similarly, it should be done with Krishna and devotees. And otherwise, that is why there is a donation box also. Because every time, how can you, or this thing. So if you donate money, when you go there, this is a culture. People attend the arti and they donate. They put money either in the plate or in the donation box. So in this way, we should try to apply as far as possible.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, in Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the Hare Rama addresses whom? Some say it addresses Radharaman, etc. So whom exactly we addresses?
In Hare Krishna mantra, Rama means Krishna, Rama means Radharaman Krishna, Rama means Lord Balram, Rama means Lord Ramachandra, son of Dasharath, Rama means Parshuram also, depends upon the consciousness and inclination of the devotee.
How much advancement does one devotee make by going to Dham as compared to being and living with devotees?
Both are important. We should always live with devotees, and in the association of devotees, when we visit Dham, we make great spiritual advancement. Both are important. Just like, should I eat or should I drink water? Both. Eat food and then drink water.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Bhagavad Gita is there. Is there any easy chapter to start with, or is it best to start from chapter 1?
Best to start from the first letter index. Don't skip any word of the Bhagavad Gita. This is called having faith in the spiritual master. Spiritual master is not willing to waste my time. So a spiritual master has put even a letter, a number or an alphabet in the book. It is important for me to read, even though I may not understand this. So the foreword, even though it is written by some other author, should be also read. Otherwise, Prabhupada would not have put that in the first place. So everything is important. So nothing should be skipped. Rather, this is the only qualification for self-realization by reading books, that one should finish it cover to cover. One should not skip it. So the execution of devotional service is an art. We are trying to please a person. So it is not our intellectual reading which gives us realization, but faith in Krishna and spiritual master. So in this way, having faith, rather Prabhupada explains, if somebody is only chanting Hare Krishna and not reading the books, he is committing offense. Why? Because he does not have faith in spiritual master. If you are not reading books, it means spiritual master, out of his hobby, he is writing books. It is not required for me. No, that is offense. We don't have faith in Guru. Guru has written books, it means I should read it. And I should read it cover to cover. So in this way, with great faith, I understand this is the sequence in which I am supposed to read a book. I am supposed to understand. I should have full faith in the intelligence of Krishna and Prabhupada. Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita in this order. It has to be read in that order. It has to be so. Everything cover to cover we should finish. If we understand, it is good. If we don't understand, still we try to read with attention, and that will bring us all spiritual knowledge.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, how to become pure devotees like Parikshit Maharaj?
By following the footsteps of Parikshit Maharaj. What Parikshit Maharaj did, he renounced all worldly attachment, and then he took shelter of a pure devotee, and he heard Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from him. If we also do this, surrender to a pure devotee and hear Bhagavatam from him regularly, we become perfect like Parikshit Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, what is spiritual pride?
Last question. What is spiritual?
Pride.
Pride. Spiritual pride is just like we are proud of our any material possessions. If I have nice clothes, nice degree, nice post position in the society, very accomplished husband, beautiful wife, or successful children, we become proud in the society of the material assets. Similarly, the instruction of spiritual master should be pride of the disciple. One should be feeling very special about this possession that we have. What is our spiritual possession? Devotees don't possess anything materially. They know everything belongs to Krishna. But this instruction is their possession, the order of the spiritual master. That should be the pride of the disciple. That I have got, he should be so glad in his heart that I've got something substantial. This is called spiritual pride. And this leads to spiritual advancement. We'll finish here. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Chandra ki jai, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Subscribe to our channel, and to get the latest updates, do not forget to press the bell icon. Hare Krishna.